In this episode, we talk about corporate venturing as a service, a corporate venturing concept who gained increasing popularity over the last couple of years. And I'm very happy to be joined today by Namira-san. He has pioneered the concept of corporate venturing as a service in the last couple of years. Nerima-san is a executive officer of the Nabtesco Group and also the managing partner of Nabtesco Technology Ventures. I'm Marcus Moore, senior partner with Emerald, and happy to dive right into the questions. Nerima-san, in 2017, you started to consider how Nabtesco could take advantage or an increasing amount of advantage in terms of using external innovation to accelerate your innovation process. Can you share with us what triggered these considerations?
Certainly. Nabtesco is the tier one component supplier to various industrial equipment OEMs, such as the robotics, railways, aircraft, commercial vehicles, etc. So these are all, need some gears or actuator that's we call the motion control technology. And this is our core technology. And this used to be controlled by pneumatic hundreds of years ago when our company started, then hydraulic, now very rapidly moving to electrification. Simultaneously, the autonomous matters happens in every aspect of our business fields. So autonomous drive, autonomous shipping, automation in factories, everything's becoming autonomous. And these, values come not from the hardware that we are very good at, but it's now come from the software, AI, and IoT that we are not so good at. So we know we are not so good at, then where is it? Then we start to go out and try to find out the best startup that we can work together.
Okay, interesting. And so in 2018, then you decided to take a rather novel approach in this corporate venturing as a service concept, and we started to work together on that. So right. Essentially, you keep all the strategic and investment decisions in-house, very close to you. On the other hand, you decided that a lot of the day-to-day activities you would like to outsource to an established venture capital group to take care of this part. Can you share with the listener what triggered this rather novel approach?
We want to focus on our strategic return, and we want to create a new business as soon as possible and most effectively. We want to expand our existing business as soon as possible and effectively with the best startup around the world. But we don't know where they are, and we don't know how to work with them. Then we first started searching for the partner who can understand our agenda and who can help us to make it happen with the skills and experience. And we first walked through more than 600 VCs around the globe and picked up 34 interviews, and we chose you, Emerald, among the 4 finalists. And that was really successful after 4 years of the collaboration. So this is what we do. And rest of that, we focus on strategic return. And other than that, I outsource you, as you know that. And then we don't need to go scouting, investing, monitoring of the company building, and the exit strategy. That's all up to you. And we focus on the strategy and strategic return and execution of this strategy in Nabtesco Corporation.
Yeah. I know you've looked into quite a number of possible collaborations with startup companies, investments with startup companies. Can you share some exciting stories in terms of collaborations you engaged startup companies with Nabtesco?
Right. Let me start with our marine business. Nabtesco has more than 80-year history of the developing and manufacturing of the control system of the large vessels, controlling the ladder from the pilot room. That has a lot of room of the modernization in terms of the technology, and where our hot agenda is, of course, the emission reduction. And that comes partly from the optimization of the routing from one port in the Middle East to the port in Japan, and also the autonomous shipping because of the lack of labors of the sailors and so on around the globe. So Emerald picked up a lot of deals for these fields, and then Nabtesco, from strategic point of view, picked up several companies, and we finally now worked with a Greek startup called Deep Sea, which specializes in optimization of the routing and also the condition monitoring of the engines of the large marine vessels, which is perfectly fit to the Nabtesco's hardware, and we can build and we can jointly develop the new products in combination of the software and hardware, AI, and then we can cross-sell of each territory. They are strong at Europe, whereas we are very strong at Asia, in Japan, etc. So this is win-win situation in a business collaboration.
Right.
And we outsource all this investment and the managing of the company to your colleague.
Yeah. So some of the listeners may ask, what have you learned? What are the learnings over the last 4 or 5 years since you're doing that? Are there specific learnings you would want to share?
Yes. Well, we first read books, textbooks, then we have to think of the synergy with our company, Nabtesco, and so on. But okay, let's talk about synergy. But after a lot of discussion, forget about synergy. If your company is matured with a long history, your existing business, if you focus too much focus on your existing business, make a synergy creation, then it's anyway result in incremental growth or not long-during growth of your business. But the growth or sustainable growth comes from something that the social impact that the future society needs. And hey, look at what the future society needs, and then you think over the mission. And then if your mission is to make a social impact by using your company's resource, then go to the new business and should not be bounded by your boundary of your company's current business field. And look at what bring to the future of the society, future of the people. And then that's the point that you should focus on.
And maybe to wrap up the discussion, do you want to share 2 areas you're particularly keen on to build new businesses for Nabtesco?
Yes. Say perhaps I'd better talk one case for the expanding of the business in existing business, and the other one is perhaps of the new business. So in terms of the existing business expansion, we recently invested in the wind turbine sensor technology companies called Aerologics. And as Nabtesco has its own hardware products of the failure preventing system for the yaw drive system of the wind powers. And then the combination of the software or AI developed by this startup called Aerologics and our hardware products is a perfect fit each other. And also they are based in Graz of Austria, where the market is in Europe, is their base, their home, and whereas we are as a Japanese company with a long history, we have a base in Japan. So this cross-selling also make a happy situation or win-win situation each other. The other one, the new business that we recently invested in the space industry, as we are strong at actuator manufacturing and developing for the commercial aircraft for a long time. And this technology is adapted to the space industry too, where it's very hot. And then we decided to invest and collaborate with a Japanese micro launcher and we signed on the letter of intent to hopefully to be a supplier to them. And also, this is a starting point for us to go into the space industry, such as much bigger than the market than the launching business that we focus. I'm interested in Earth observation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very
So
exciting. Very exciting. So you're truly engaged in commercializing rocket science, essentially.
Yeah.
So very happy you joined us today. Very happy a customer of ours was joining us today. And thank you for the discussion.
It's my great pleasure to be with you today. Thanks.